Hello everyone, it's Tonya with Scribbles in Time. I am so excited to be here today and able to film a flip through of my latest journal. It has been a while, and I suspect this might be a long video because this is a loaded up journal. It's full, just full of kind of some quirky stuff, I think. And yeah, it's probably going to take a minute to go through. So I will put timestamps below because I do tend to talk and ramble a lot, which is just part of what I do. And so I will put timestamps below. Feel free to just kind of, hit on those, and you can go to different sections of the video. So we'll go ahead and get started. This is the title of this journal is going to be called Summer's End. And if you're on my Instagram, I just recently posted about this journal, the fact that my favorite time of the year is fall and winter and Christmas, Thanksgiving. I just love as fall approaches. So for me, when I say summer's end, that's not a sad thing. It's just an exciting thing for me because the anticipation of what's to come is just, it gets me excited. So I've titled this journal Summer's End. And you'll see I've kind of, it's got a little bit of a summer flair to it. A little bit of, what is the word, homage to summer. But it also has a little bit of an introductory into fall. It's got the browns and oranges, but it also has some of the kind of summery items as well. So this one's called Summer's End. She will be listed in my Etsy if anyone is interested. I usually will, post my journals in there for a few weeks, and if they don't sell, I tend to pull them and use them. So that's going to be what we do with this one. And the measurements of this one, I laid a ruler here just to kind of give you an idea of comparison, but with all the embellishments poking out, it is kind of hard to get accurate measurements. I think I listed it on Etsy as being like 10 inches. It is probably closer to 9.5, somewhere in that range with the stuff poking out. Coming across, it's about, I think I listed it at 7 inches on the Etsy listing. It's probably 7.5. And then for the depth of it, the thickness of the book is probably somewhere around 5 inches, maybe 5.5 when you take into account this pen that is definitely dimensional there. So that's kind of an overview of the measurements of the journal. So now let's just kind of talk about what all there is to look at on this and where my mind and where my thought process was. So for me, the past probably, well, if you watched my videos before, probably about a year ago, I kind of announced that I was doing some decorating jobs for some offices. I'm not a licensed designer or decorator or anything like that. I do love to decorate. It's a passion of mine. My decorating style is probably a lot like my junk journals. It's just very eclectic. I'm definitely a maximalist. I just love stuff, and I love old stuff, and I love stuffs. I love stuff that evokes conversation. So I like unusual things as well. And my whole point to that was I finished up that job quite a while back, although I feel like they're constantly calling me to come and do a little more and a little more, but which is fine. I don't mind that. But I did pick up, my whole point to that was I did pick up a house to do, and I am just about done with that, and it has been so much fun. If I had my way, I'd go into some type of staging business. I'm not saying I'm that good at it. It's just I'm passionate about it. I do love it, and I think it's like anything else in life. When you love something and you put your heart and soul into it and you enjoy it, then yeah, it's fun to do. So been working on that, and that has been going well, but it has kept me busy. This has been on my work table for I don't even, ever since I finished the last journal, and I come and I work on it for a few hours here, a few hours there, and it's finally completed. But when I say I have been working on this journal off and on for probably 2 months, this has been, it started out, as you can see, it started out being more of a spring-summer journal. And then as the summer was starting to, dwindle away, I turned it into a summer's end. And yeah, I kind of went more of a fall, introduction to fall kind of route. So that's the story of what I've been up to. Let's go ahead and get started here. So you'll see I use this such a pretty little pen here. It has little pearl in the leaves. And I have attached it. This is like a macrame ring. And I have attached it onto a piece of fabric that's attached to the macrame. So the pen is, it actually will, you know, like flip back and forth, but it is attached, you know, pretty secure. I think if somebody wanted to remove it, they could really work on it and get it off. But you can kind of see where I've done some stitching here. I've secured the pen on in a way to where it's very dimensional. It's attached, but yet it still just has so much, you know, like whimsy and personality about it, I guess is what I'm getting at with that. And then on the inside here, I put a cottontail rabbit. And am I even in frame? I'm definitely out of practice filming videos, so we'll see how this goes. And then this ring here, and all of that is attached to this really cool piece of wood. And I actually waxed, I treated the wood with some wax, but I did it with the clear wax so that it wouldn't add any color. It did pull out some of the grains of the wood. When I first put the wax on, it was a little darker. As it dried, it lightened back up again. Wasn't sure how I was going to like it, and I ended up loving it. It was just, to me, the perfect touch against this brown cover here. And you can see where I've just attached it through the covers with some twine. I think that's baker's twine. And then I just tied it in a knot and frayed the ends of that. And then this is a piece of quartz, like a natural quartz there. And I've twisted some gold-colored wire around that. And I've actually gone through the covers. You'll see it as I flip the journal open. And then this is a book cover underneath this piece of wood. And then a book cover here and a book cover here. So when you're looking at this journal from the front, you actually see 3 covers, plus the wood, plus the frame. And that's kind of what the layering is on the top of the journal. I'm trying to, oh, one thing. So when I attach the rabbit in here, I love it. I think it's beautiful. But initially, I wasn't real sure which way I wanted to go with this because, again, it was probably early summer when I started this. And I had a flower, a picture of a flower in there, and it kind of was competing a little bit with the pen. So I started to make this to where you could like slide a picture in and out, but I was scared it was going to compromise attaching this to the wood if I left part of it open for sliding something into. I do that when I can, but if I ever feel like it's going to, you know, like compromise the integrity, I won't do it. So on this one I did not, but you certainly could, if someone wanted a different picture, they could cut a picture and actually insert it into the top here, like under that. I wish I would have like cut one and just actually played with it so I could show you on video, but there is the option to do that. I actually, when I was looking for what else to use there besides a flower, I had a piece of this pretty wallpaper that was white, and so I thought I would use that. It was a little bit too plain for my taste, so I didn't go that route. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to change out this look if someone wanted to. But I really like this, and that's where I went with it. And then layered all in, and I have grunged it up. I mean, I literally, I have grunged this up so much. You can see where I've like splashed like watercolors like on it, just to add layering, the layering look. You can see my little fabric tag there that says ScribblesInTime. And I always like to point out for people who are new to my channel, the name of my, you know, craft or channel is ScribblesInTime, but for me it's a description of what journals are all about. They're about leaving our marks in time for, you know, others to maybe one day look back on. So when I make my journals, I do try to make my journals in a fashion to where, I mean, I think of them as heirloom pieces. I try to create them in a way to where I know that they're going to last for generations. I mean, when I say I stitch things through all the covers, I stitch things through the inner spine all the way into the outer part of the spine. I really try to attach everything to where it lasts a lifetime. And things that don't last on them, like I'll point out one thing in here, which I just thought was very symbolic to the name of this journal, but I will point that out in here. It's something I don't expect it to last long, and I included an option of what to do with it. I'll explain that in a minute. There's a story there. But anyway, but whenever there is something that I add into one of my journals that I know is not going to stand the test of time, it's okay. That's just part of the layering and building in a journal, and, you know, building in the story of the journal. So I'm okay with that. Now, you know, obviously I don't want the integrity of a journal to ever be compromised, but I'm just talking about little things that I might add to a journal, like, you know, movie tickets or receipts or something like that. Things that I know might not last forever in the journal, or I might not want to be forever in a journal. I always like to come up with ways to then just layer on top of it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, here at the bottom there is a little brass number, like a brass plate there, and I have literally stitched it through the cover of the journal onto the cover. You can see stamping, gesso. It's just very grunged up. This is the top of a wine bottle cap thing, the little covers. Underneath that was a piece of paper that says like 1862. I think it had a signature on it. It ended up getting covered up in the layering effect. There's like a little fabric tag there. The inside part of a spine. It wasn't to this book, but it was the piece off of the inside of a spine of a book that I held on to and layered it there. A little piece of fabric down here poking out. And then it's pretty obvious that on the cover here I have just slid a paintbrush in behind the bands coming around the spine of the journal. And this is the spine view with the paintbrush, and then I attach these on through the covers with these little gold tone buttons like that, and I just thought that pulled the gold from these other little places where I have gold showing. That may not show up well on camera, but in person it just is all drawing the eye. You know, it just, you pull the colors from all the different angles, and that just kind of centers the book itself. So yeah, that paintbrush is there. It is usable, but I have used this paintbrush. I actually used it to paint pictures that went into this. And then when you flip it over, I have just grunged up the back of this book cover. And again, the gold tone buttons, I used two different style buttons, but they're both same color. So when you're looking at it, it's just kind of a quirky little accent like that. And that's the back of the cover. The top looks like that, the side view, and the bottom view. Guess that's about all of that. Okay, and all of this is just layers of lace, different ones. If you peek under it, you can see the edge of the cover. You can kind of peek under here and see where I attached this, and I've run the twine around it to help double secure that to there. And yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open the journal up. And so when you open the journal up, there is a writing journal in the front, and you'll see all kind of little embellishments that hang out and show on the outside of the journal. So as we flip through, I'll try to point those out as well. One of which is this bookmark that I've made. I used to call these book thongs. I think there actually used to be book thongs out there, like at Books A Million you could buy. But yeah, that's what this is. I just did it with a little pom-pom, and then this is a little paper bead. It looks like music paper, and it's done up into the shape of a star. If you see my phone, my camera jumping, I have no idea what that's about. I've gotten a new phone, and I really don't know what that's about. There's probably a setting or something I need to look into, but I'm not one that... I'm not very good with technology. I'm technologically challenged. And so I just tend to get something and use it. So this is a writing journal here on the front of this journal, and I have grunged up the pages. You can see where I have stamped with some of my seals. I'm trying to see if I had any of them sitting right here to show you, but I don't see them sitting right here at my work. I'm filming in my craft room, guys. I forgot to tell y'all that. So I normally film in my study, and today I am filming in my craft room, and I'm so excited to be doing that. I have also worked on getting my craft room in order, and if I were to show my craft room, everybody would be like, oh my God, oh Lord, how do you find anything? But that's just my life. That's how I live. That's how I enjoy living. I like to have a lot of inspiration in my craft room. And so yeah, I've got my craft room pretty much the way I want it, and I'm really excited about it. So I have this table in here that I haven't been able to see the top of this table in a while, but I'm actually been using the table now, so I'm excited. It has helped getting things more organized. But anyway, back to the book. This is a writing journal. I do not know the number of pages. I have not altered it other than grungy and, you know, making it more grungy. And putting little stamps and watermarks, and I've just really grunged up this little journal, but I don't really know how many pages it is. If I had to guess, I would say probably 30 to 50 pages in here. If that really matters, I'll go back and count them. Just let me know that you want to know exactly how many pages. I'll go back and count them. I did run fabric down here to help reinforce, you know, from it being opened. Sometimes when I do these, so I did run fabric underneath this as well as I attached this little journal to this book cover. This book cover did not come with this writing paper in it. I made it into this writing journal. And sometimes I will go through and put tape on every page, but actually this one was pretty secure. Now, I guess, you know, years and years from now, if the pages start to pull apart, you just run a piece of fabric or tape across them, and that holds them in. And I personally love the look of that, but it just really wasn't necessary with this. But that's always an option of something you can do just for fun. I stitched this into, like I said, I like for the stuff I like to know is going to last. So I actually stitched this through the book covers onto the outer part, and then it's all covered up with this piece of wood. And then right here, there's a piece of grungied up, like masking tape, right here that's hiding the holes where I stitched this metal plate through. So that's just a few little tricks I've done to assemble this piece. And then this I actually put on, first of all, because I like the look of this white fluffiness showing from the outside, but also to cover up the holes where I stitched or you know, I guess wound the wire around this piece of quartz that's wound through the covers, and it's right here. And so I also put that on there to cover up the holes where I've run that wire through to attach it. This is technically a little flip, not a flip, a little, I guess, side pocket where you could slide something in there, like a little secret note or something. And then, let me put the little bookmark back in here. But yeah, that's the little book that's on the front. And then for the spine, I just used this pretty kind of an earthy green fabric, and I layered a piece of, I think this is old tablecloth on top of it. And then I've attached buttons that's kind of holding on these through the cover, okay? The first page that you're going to see on the art portion of the journal, I always call this the writing journal and this the art portion, because in my mind that's what I think I would use it for, but you know, you're no boundaries, no rules. You do what you want to with your journals, but that's kind of where my mind goes with this. And I just kind of collaged a bunch of stuff on this little half page. And this was the piece I was talking about a while ago, where I know this little flower is it's an artificial flower. I've had it for years. I've got probably 5 of these little, let me see if I can hold it up. It's just not, I wish I had one of them right in front of me. I was trying to think where they're at. Yeah, it's it's just this little artificial flower. I think they're so pretty. I hope it's showing up. But I will say there's been a couple of times, like, look right here. I can see a little piece right here. So I know this is not going to last forever. That little flower part is eventually going to all break off. I could have put some laminate over it or something, but I'm kind of okay with it. I guess if somebody does buy this, they can put a piece of laminate over it to help shield it and protect it. Let me take that little piece back off. But in my mind, I would be okay with it. To me, it's just such symbolism for summer's end, and that's the name of the book. So as summer comes to an end, the flowers start to fade away, and that's kind of symbolism for me. But in case somebody did not like that, I did put something else in here. There is a photograph in here. I put options in this little pocket back here of things to do. So let me show that to you real quick. You could just, when that flower finally gives out, you could fussy cut this woman out of the picture and attach her there. That would be just probably the easiest thing to do. Or I did include also, what did I just do with it? Yep, there it is. This little frame that could also be attached there in the place of the flower. Like once the flower's gone, you could put this little frame there just as a pretty little accent. You could even cut out the picture of the woman and put the framed picture of the woman there. Leave the top of it open so that you could slide different photos into it. But anyway, that's some options there of what you could do if this flower ever gives way. But layered in here with the flower, there's some beautiful lace that hangs out and shows from the front of the journal. And then I've collaged just all kinds of just stuff. There's old buttons I've stitched on with some of the twine, some X's, maybe just one X. I thought I had done more. Oh yeah, I did, right down here. It was just kind of blending in. But yeah, there's some X's down there as well. And then I stitched with the sewing machine. There's some fabric layered behind that button there. And all of that's attached to the front of this first page. This paper is mixed media paper, so you can, you know, put gesso on the paper and draw or sketch. You'd have to put a press board behind it. You could journal on it, or what I tend to do is I keep art paper next to my chair, and when we're watching TV, I'll either sketch or paint or just whatever I'm in the mood to do. I wish I could get into slow stitching. I have the stuff sitting there to try to do that. I'm just not good at slow stitching. But anyway, you could do whatever onto a piece of paper and then attach it to this, you know, over that so that it creates a back to that page. This is a crochet doily, and I have put a skeleton key there. And I love the look of a skeleton key like this. It's so kind of gothic looking and I guess kind of dark looking, and I love using it next to frilly stuff. Like it kind of counterweights the softness of the crochet and this cameo that's up here, and even when you have this, you know, with this lace and I don't even think I pointed out this pretty, this is like it looks like woven, can you see that? It looks like woven trim. And I've put just a little piece of that up here just to pull the pink in and the pink from the cameo in, but it also has these blacks in it as well to pull the blacks and then the beiges and the greens. Anyway, so yeah, I've done that. And then the skeleton key is just such a contrast to the, you know, the frilly prettiness of the feminine stuff. And I just like that look. So I did that. And it's pretty heavy, so sometimes this will weight down and do like that. So then you want to kind of just pull it back, rein it in. You could actually attach this to this piece of cardboard here. I didn't, just in case someone wanted to do something fun on this cardboard. Now this cardboard is old. I actually went through with water and made the water spotting on it. And it was by accident. I was actually trying to make sure this was, you know, like clean or whatever. And but this came off of an old picture that I got at an antique shop. This was the cardboard backing to the picture. And so yeah, I used it. And it's kind of frail and fragile, but again, I like that. And what you can do is just secure it with tape. Like just run some tape along the back, and that'll help hold it together if you wanted to. But I didn't want to do anything to take away from the surface space in case somebody did actually want to paint a picture on it or sketch a picture on it. So that'll just be up to, you know, me down the road or whoever might end up with the journal. Here I painted a picture of just some trees. I was, at that time, believe it or not, I started this out thinking I was going to do a fall picture. And then this was, gosh, early summer. It might have even been last year. Let me see, did I date it? Yeah, this was last year. So, but yeah, I ended up doing the green leaves, which kind of fits the journal, Summer's End. And then when you turn that, the back side of that is blank, so you can add artwork there. If you're kind of new to my channel, I always try to line any pages that need to be stable with like fabric or paper or something so that the holes don't start to waller out over the years. It's got that fabric there that's helping to keep everything secure. And in fact, this piece of paper here was just a little tab. I do that in pretty much all my journals. It does have fabric right there to reinforce it, but that was how I attached this cardboard in, as I attached it to this tab. You'll see a tab in a minute and it'll make more sense. But you can go in with these tabs and add stuff in your journals after all your pages are full. Like that could have been stuck to the back of this page, but again, I wanted to leave this as an option since this is mixed media paper for someone to, you know, do art on. Okay, so coming off of the strings that you that hang onto the outside of the journal, there is a wooden cross and a bell. I let the bell go up to the top and the cross drop down here so that when you're looking at the journal from the outside, there's little embellishments hanging out from both ways. And then this page here, I kind of did another collage, and let me hold it up where you can see it a little better. And I just basically, the fabric that I used here was butterflies. And so I did some butterfly paper, some, you know, stitches there, a lot of the rusty staples from Rust Paper Scissors, and then some string, buttons, and this is a piece of cardboard that looks like a button. It's actually really thick. So I did that, and then I strung some wooden beads onto some of my twine and stitched it onto this old book spine. And I think this book spine did come out of the cover, this book here that's on the cover. So yeah, there's the inside part of the book spine of that. And then just some grungy paper, just all kind of layering there with papers. Cardboard back here. Just all kind of weird papers. Just stuff to make you look. And then the back side of it, where I attached it on, it was actually bigger than the piece of mixed media paper. So I just kind of put some music paper there and I ran some tape across it and just, you know, secured it onto that page like that. And then this is one of the tabs I was talking about. So that's the other side of the tab that's right here that I attached this piece of cardboard to. So that's all you do, is you just attach whatever you want to that. Like, I actually put some stuff back here in this pocket. So like, this is some type of, I don't know what language that is. That is some old ephemera I had. And it looks like it's from a, like a orchestra, like a concert or whatever. And so, yeah, like just say if you wanted for some reason to attach that there, you could do it. Just run the glue along that and attach it. That's obviously not what I would do, but you could if that's what you wanted to do. My point is, if this was a piece of artwork that you've done and you wanted to attach it there, you just run the glue down that, and that's how you attach in an extra page. And so you just tab it in, all that aside. It's the other side of that crochet piece. More of the mixed media paper. Oh, I wanted to mention, so so I have this friend Mateo. If y'all see his YouTube, he is an amazing artist. He sent me some digitals, and I've absolutely, y'all know I struggle with knowing how to use digitals. I'm not good at digitals, but I never print out digitals. So I was messaging with him and telling him how much I love the digitals, and I do just love to look through. They're just beautiful. And I've even gotten some of his books where he's incorporated digitals, his pictures, into them. But my point to that was, I told him, I said, my next journal, I'm going to print out the digitals and use them, and I'll mention and, tell everyone, my printer is not working. The ink has literally dried up in my printer. So I couldn't print them out. And I was going to go to Office Depot and try to print them there. And I just haven't been to Office Depot. I've been so busy. But, so yes, Mateo, I'm going to put the link to your YouTube and Etsy. If you still have your Etsy up and going with your digitals, I'll put those links below in the description. Y'all check out his digitals. He really does have some beautiful pictures, and I am going to use them in a future journal. But yeah, I didn't get to do it in this one, so I apologize for that, and I do recommend you check them out. But in the meantime, I just used, this is not even a digital, this was some paper I had gotten in a, like a scrapbooking paper pack. And so I just kind of created like this little miniature journal kind of thing with some paper and put it in between two of my signatures. So it's almost like it's an extra little signature. I did run tape across some of these, but it was mostly because I just love this tape. Can you see the deer on that? The tape is so old. I've had it for so long. Look at that with the little, like a wolf with the trees. But I've had this for so long, no idea where I got it. I've had it for so long that it's not even sticky anymore, so I literally had to glue it on. But I came across it when I was cleaning up my craft room, and that is the horrible part about being me and having too much stuff. It's like you forget you have it, and then you get so much that you can't even find what you have. So I have been going through cleaning and organizing and using what I've found. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's been also a lot of discoveries of things I had forgotten, like this paper pack. I don't even remember who I bought it from. I'm sure I got it off Etsy, because I used to buy like ephemera packs all the time when I first started, and I haven't done that in a long time. But anyway, mixed media paper, we're going into another signature here. This is another tab where you could attach in something. Another beautiful piece of crochet. And then this was, I did this last year as well. It looks like I did all these pictures. I think there's one more back here. But I keep my art paper next to my chairs, and then where we sit and watch TV in the evening. So I end up with a stack of little, pictures and stuff that I've done. And I forget what artist I was trying to get inspired by back then. I forget, but this was from a famous artist, and I was just trying to get inspired. Can't remember now. But anyway, and then this center of this signature, there is this beautiful glass bead. I need to put some of these in my Etsy shop. I put these on my little private videos, which I haven't done in a little while, and I did get some more names. I did get names of people. I think I've responded to everyone through email, because I had mentioned in a previous video that I would take a few names and add them to my list when I do my next private sale. There's a zipper pull there, and I just kind of let those hang out the top. The other piece of that crochet, the other side of the tab, some more mixed media paper, and then this was another one of the little journals. And this is what actually kind of set me off, was to do this, was because of how pretty that looked against this fabric that I lined the inside of this bag with. I just love that look. I think it's so pretty. Look, let's see if y'all can see it good. I'm starting to realize my lighting's not the best in here because it's getting dark outside. But anyway, I just put some notebook paper in here, and honestly, before I attached the tape, my honest thought was I was just going to put these pictures in. And then I said, well, you know what? I'll add paper and somebody can actually draw on this and then tear the pages out and attach them, you know, like in somewhere. But I ended up running the tape across it because then I found the tape, and the tape was so pretty. Let's see. That one had mushrooms on it, but I thought the tape pictures were so pretty. I don't even use washi tape a lot. So, again, I got all this washi tape, and I never use it. I need to start using what I have. I just tend to be, I'm going to pull all this out. So, I need to tell the story about in the back here, on the other side of this bag, I made a little, kind of like I guess a pencil pouch, or a paintbrush pouch, or a ruler, whatever it is you wanted to stick in there. I just pulled the lid off the pen. That's not good. Now I got to pull the pen out. But anyway, there's these pens I found on Amazon. I'll try to remember to put the link in there. I might have to get my tweezers because I just pulled the lid off. Let me see. I'll push it from the bottom, see if I can get it out. But y'all, these pens write. We'll know soon because I just, I'm writing on my finger. The little piece of protector thing that's on the tip of the pen, I felt my nail pull it off. They come with a little piece of thing on it so that, you know, it doesn't dry out. And I just felt my nail pull that off when I was trying to pull it out. Anyway, so I'll put that in better so that doesn't happen next time. These pens are so awesome, but they are not very pretty to me. I like grungy and old and eclectic, and to me, these are like, what's that? The cartoon that, well, anyway, let me find one that has, so, I don't think I can reach it. Okay, so this came on the lid of this pen. Wait, on the bottom of the pen, maybe, yeah, like that. So they come with all these little characters. Let me grab this one over here. They come with all these little characters on them, which, I mean, I guess they're cute. Anime, that's what I was trying to think of. Some of them look very anime characters. But anyway, these look like little chickens or something, little ducks or something. But anyway, my point to all that was, it didn't really match the theme of this journal. So I did take that off and dropped it down in this bag, just in case anybody bought it and they wanted that little thing on the pen. But y'all, these pens write so good. I'm going to grab a piece of paper. I wish that, I'm going to try to show you the tip. So it is the finest little tip. And it's like gel ink. I just pulled that clip off. Maybe I didn't pull it off. Hold on. Well, oh, there it goes. It's never been used, so it's taking it a minute. Okay, see? I mean, y'all, this gel pen is absolutely amazing. It just has the best feel about it. It's almost like a little lead pencil, but it's ink. I'm trying to make up my mind if that one's, I can't tell if it was because I was holding the paper. I'm going to check this pen because I'm trying to make up my mind if it's writing. Oh, yeah, it's writing good. It's because I was holding the paper. Anyway, these are the best little pens, though. I didn't do a very good demonstration of that because, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take that off. But this is going to be slid down back here. And y'all will love these pens. I'll try to put the link below. And yeah, these are the, I think like 15 come in a pack, but they are awesome. I love them. They write so good. I found these, so I was at a restaurant and the waitress had one in her pocket. And you know, I didn't think anything of it until she handed it to me to sign the receipt. And I was like, oh my God, this pen. So she's literally sent me the link and I ordered some. Anyway, this little bag here, so this is a paper bag that has been grunged up, and there's the handles to it. I love the handles to show on the outside of the journal, and I have lined the inside of the paper bag with this beautiful flowered material, and it kind of reinforces the bag, the paper, and it's just so pretty. I love this flowery material, and I just love it against those mushrooms. And then inside of that pocket, I have, of course, I dropped that in there. And then I also put this little frame in there to use on that first page. And then here's all kind of little pieces of ephemera that's great for doing collages. Again, this is stuff I have stumbled across that I've just accumulated over the years. It's kind of, you you know, different looking stuff, but I love the blue ink in that to do in a collage, to let, you know, kind of peek through a background of a collage. I just love that blue writing in that. And then, yeah, there's just, this is an old letter. I think it's from the 50s. And I don't know what it says. It's a different language. But there's an old letter, and it's from, I guess it's 1950. And, yeah, and then you already saw the picture of the woman and that little I don't remember, y'all. I'm just so not good with proper stuff. Anyway, that all goes back in the pocket. And then this is another piece of mixed media. And then I did like a little corner bookmark thing out of this little piece of slow stitching thing. And then I don't remember why I did that, but I went in and stitched on this for something, and I don't remember what my idea had been. But anyway, I had that in one of my journals, and I pulled it out and used it in this. So you just slide it on the corner of your page. It's a good little bookmark too. I think Dee made this part of it. And then, yeah, so here's, I got that tab caught under that bookmark. Here's 2 more tabs, and you're going to see I did something on the other side of these tabs. I'll show you. Here's another little watercolor painting I did. And then I left one of these strings empty so that somebody could attach something that they want for their own personality. And then on the bottom, I did a little wooden circle. I love these little wooden rings. And then the other part of the mixed media paper. Now, on this, let me show you what I did. So, this is a jacket off of a book. And so, I inverted it or whatever. There's that part of it. I don't remember the book, but that's the front cover. But I don't know if you've ever written on this kind of paper before. This is the smoothest I love writing on this kind of paper. And it is the smoothest writing, and I did not want to cover it up. I wanted it just like this. So what I did is I kind of went in and added some, this is like handmade paper I bought, and I added that all in and made like a little journal thing. And then with the 2 tabs, so I had to figure out how to put this into the book. So with those 2 tabs that were poking out, it was the other side of these. So I had 2 tabs poking out like that. I cut a slit right here and slid 1 tab in right here. So there it is right there. And then I cut a slit on this side and slid the other tab in on this side. So this whole little writing section is attached on with the 2 tabs. And so, like, if you could visualize, you know, like if this were the book, I did it like that. And then I cut a slit here and fed that tab in there. And then I took the back cover, cut a slit there, and slid that tab into there and attached it so that they're attached on. So that's how I attached that. Now this beautiful piece of trim here, I wanted it in here, but I didn't want to, like, I wanted the person to have every bit of writing space. So I kind of just hinged it on like that. And then I didn't want to, like, stitch that down or anything to make a pocket, because, again, I wanted it to be good writing space. So this all folds open. You can put gesso here, or you can, better yet, actually do your journaling on a piece of paper and just attach the paper onto it to cover all that up if you choose to. I kind of like the grunginess of it, but it's just a thought. And then I put this gem clip on there just to help hold that so that when you're, you know, flopping the journal around, this doesn't flop out. Doesn't matter if it does. I think it's all cool. But anyway, that's that. This little tab came off of some kind of piece of jewelry I bought at some point. And then This was a piece of plain fabric, and I wrote a note on here. It's very grungy, and I doubt anybody will ever be able to read it, which is fine by me. It's kind of a little personal note. And, yeah, I just love finding ways to write and incorporate stuff into the journals. This is the feathers that makes angel wings. And so I attached that there. And then on this side, I put a little tab that somebody can add in wherever they want to add it in. Oh no, it's sticking down. I think it's the gesso. Let me unstick it so you can see it. There we go. I had put gesso everywhere, and I guess I closed it before it had time to completely dry. And then the tab goes like that. And then I just clip it on with a little bulldog clip. Okay. And then, again, you see the fabric where I hinged my pages. This is the other side of that bag. And it's the part that has the pen holder in it, which hopefully that lid won't come off again. And then the back side of the book. And that completes the flip through. Guys, I almost named this, this is, well, I don't know, this might be getting a little bit too deep for a video, but here lately I have been doing a lot of thinking. That's scary. But no, seriously, like, I recently had a friend, and I say the word friend lightly. She was a very dear friend, and but she was always a little, how do I put it, toxic maybe, a lot of negativity, I guess, and I do still love her dearly, but you know how sometimes throughout life we burn bridges, and that's always, in my opinion, has always been such a negative thing to burn bridges, because that whole concept of burning a bridge means there's no going back. But then I started thinking, you know what, sometimes I think it's just better when we don't go back. There's some things you don't want or need to go back to, and you can try to be a good influence or a good person or a positive person in somebody's life, and sometimes you might be the negative person. I don't know, because I know that there's some people I vent to a lot. There's some people that I'm very close to that they're my shoulder I cry on, and maybe over time that takes its toll. I don't know. But my whole point to that was, I was going through a lot of that as I was working on this journal, and I almost went a deeper, darker route with the journal, because it was kind of a dark space. When you get hurt by a friend, it hurts, and that cuts deep when it's somebody that you truly love. And, you know, you forgive, you know, that's what we're supposed to do, is forgive, but that doesn't mean that we have to tolerate or put up with that. So sometimes burning bridges is not a bad thing. Sometimes that's shutting the door on the past, and it's a good thing too. So I've come to that reality, and I thought I would share that, because I think sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, or at least I do. I try to be a Christian influence and things like that, but sometimes, and I never want to take away from that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that sometimes, though, there comes a time where we do just have to walk away. And, yeah, that's my rant. That's my philosophical moment. I hope you all are doing well. Please, please comment below. And thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for listening to me vent. And Mateo, thank you so much for your sweet, sweet kindness and friendship. And I hope all of y'all are doing well. And please comment below. Please give the video a thumbs up if you like it. And I love you all. Get out there, let your light shine. And yeah, take care.